And let's not forget, Robert Thornton is a quality player.
It's just outside the 25, so Robert will throw first in the match. First leg, Robert to throw first. Game on.
Yes, a quality player that earned him that place in the Premier League this year, and it's also seen him notch up 3 wins in the Players' Championship.
43.
All in Wigan. He seems to like playing in Wigan. 2 back-to-back in May and another in April. Also a finalist last weekend in Coventry.
137.
Robert Thornton was representing Scotland in the World Cup with Peter Wright. Peter Wright in action the last match on this evening with Michael Smith, his opponent. And Rowby-John, you may have seen playing for Austria in the World Cup. And he was playing with those distinctive glasses on there and not wearing them this weekend. So I'm not sure whether he's got contact lenses now or whether he's had the laser eye surgery.
Or just playing from memory. No, he's a very confident young man. We've been watching his darts progress over the last 18 months on the youth tour. He's the runner-up to Keegan Brown in the Youth World Championships in the middle of the Premier League, semi-finals and finals there at the O2 in front of 10,000 people. So he's had a taste of the big time, and he says, yeah, I quite like the taste of that. I'd like some more.
Robert, you reply 38. Game shot on the
straight in,
leg.
double 19. No messing about.
Second leg is Rowby-John to throw first. Game on.
And Thornton takes the early advantage. But here comes Rowby-John with 2 treble 20s. Make that 3. He enjoyed that. This fantastic crowd in this excellent Salzburg arena, they enjoyed it too.
21.
21 and 1 on the floor.
Well, he's done the important thing of following the maximum up with at least another big treble in the next 3. But Thornton's in there as well.
140.
He's an extremely good player, is Robert Thornton. So when Little John gets the chances, he's got to take them, because Thornton is never going to be that far away. But this is an extremely good leg from the young man.
Rowby-John, you require 92.
Well, yes, you want 24 left. I think he thought he wanted 16 at first, but he's done the right thing and, you know, checked himself again. But he's going to get at least another 3 at that double 12.
Yes, as well as that youth final that he played at the O2 last month. Yes, that's a leg on the board. He had also won the Boys Youth Championship in 2011 and 2012.
Game on.
Well, you talked about that previous match, Mike, with Stephen Bunting, proving again how well he's done since he's moved over and progressing and into the match play. But Dave Chisnell, you know, he's got to straighten himself out. There's a little few kinks in his game now. And I say to so many players, you know, get it sorted out now. You leave it, it gets worse. And he's just not getting it together at the moment. A super player.
It's just that consistency, isn't it?
85.
And that blowing hot and cold. And as you say, ironing that out so that you're putting in a good, solid, consistent performance every time you get on stage, which I realise is easier said than done.
Plenty of room for a third.
A little wry smile there from Robert as the crowd get behind their man.
60.
I think the noise of the crowd is even wobbling our cameras on stage. By the looks of things.
Robert, you require 139.
Well, Thornton needs to do something with this. Needs a treble. Oh, and he's not done that, so he's left the door open for Rodriguez to break the throw.
Yes. Treble 19 leaves double top here. He just steps back as the crowd.
77. Robert, you require 94.
Double top now then for Thornton.
54.
And well,
Rowby-John, you require
didn't take
40.
advantage. And Rodriguez is back for another go at that double top himself. Well, that's well high. Double 10. And gets it against the throw.
Rowby-John Rodriguez.
And he's going to milk that. And who can blame him, the
Fourth
20-year-old?
leg, it's Rowby-John to throw first. Game on.
Well, Robert Thornton's got a game on his hands here. Needs to stay straight and concentrate. He knows the young man, you know, being new to the game, may just dip in form, and that's where the experience of Robert Thornton is going to have to come in.
It really would be something tomorrow afternoon if Rodriguez was to set up a clash with Mensur Sulovic. An all-Austrian third-round tie here in Austria. But Robert Thornton will be having something to say about that. Don't you worry. Still plenty of time to go, but the more that Rodriguez milks the crowd with the ton 80s, the harder Robert's task may be.
Again, needs to find the treble, and he's not done it this time. But Thornton's a long way off, 9 darts away at least.
60. Rowby-John, you require 170.
Well, I'd hate to think what Rowby-John would have done if he'd have taken out the 170. I think he'd have been running around this balcony that we're sitting on.
Thornton's going to put some real pressure on Rodriguez, though.
140. Rowby-John, you require 36.
So 3 darts then for double 18.
Rowby-John Rodriguez. Fifth leg is Robert to throw first. Game on.
Yes, we are sitting up on the balcony, looking down on the stage and down on the floor. This dome-like Salzburg arena.
Well, 96 average, from Little John.
60.
But the 93 from Robert Thornton, he won't be happy with that. He knows he's got to put 7 points on that. Otherwise, he could be facing, and there we have it. That's better from Robert Thornton. He needs to wake up, concentrate.
That's his first 180 of the match. Well, we have had already a fantastic day and a half of darts here in Austria. And the rest of this evening, and then tomorrow still to come, the third round matches in the afternoon, and then the quarterfinals, the semi-final and the final in the evening. So 81 then, to reduce the arrears.
41.
Well, he didn't have to go for the bullseye with Rodriguez on 201. So he'll come back for his favourite double, Will Thornton. And he needs to stop the rot a little bit. He needs to put the young man on the back foot. Very hard when you get these bubbly youngsters. It's very hard to put any of them on the back foot. They just don't care.
139. Robert, you require 40.
Well, he took his time there, and it paid off.
Game shot on the free flag. Robert Thornton.
Too little, too late, and Thornton
Game on.
reduces the arrears to 3-2.
Well, Thornton, a breaker throw down. We've got to get that back. Needs to start sticking a few darts in the treble 20s.
121.
Oh, that's not a good miss from Robert Thornton. Well, there we have it. The young man is leading those 180s. Pretty even, to be quite honest.
140.
I think it's just below the treble 20. The crowd thought that was in. A good pick off there to leave 130. And Robert Thornton, the 46-year-old from Stevenson in Scotland,
100. Rowby-John
knows he has a match on his hand
130.
against this Austrian youngster.
Well, the last two visits to the board from Thornton, his first dart's been in the treble, but he's not followed it up.
98.
And he's going to have to start doing that. You know, when the first dart's in, you always expect a minimum of a 140. And here again, he would expect the treble 20. And again, that's a little bit scruffy from Thornton.
32.
And the closer you get to the finishing line, the more problems that those scruffy darts are going to cost you.
And he snuck it in there at the third attempt to restore his two-leg advantage.
7 flag is Robert to throw first.
And Robert's having a little smile there at the back of the stage.
I think Robert may be just getting the ump with the celebrations of the young man.
100.
Yes, there was a bit of a battle of the on-stage celebrations between Rowby and Dirk van Duijvenbode in the first round last night. Rowby beating Dirk 6-3.
Well, I've had a couple of tweets and to say, you know, do you think it's over the top? You know, it's literally every time he hits a big score, every time he hits a 180, every time he finishes. Well, perhaps it is a little bit over the top, but we encourage people to be characters. And when you're winning, you know, that's when you've got to enjoy it, because there'll be loads of times when he gets beaten and won't have a chance to do it. But it is a tough one to call. You know, some players will see that as being a tad disrespectful. but it's a hard call.
180!
Thornton's second maximum.
Robert, you require 120.
And he's well ahead in this leg. To get back to within one leg arrears
97.
again. Now Thornton's match average has just hit the 100 mark.
41. Robert, you require 24. Game shot on the 7th flag. Robert Thornton. 8th flag is Rowby-John to throw first. Game on.
So on we go. Seen some great twists and turns in these matches so far this weekend in Salzburg.
140. 121.
There's that one again. He'll know that that's a bad dart. You've got to match your opponent. If he's hitting the big scores, match him. The 121 becomes a little bit scruffy.
16.
Now this is when Thornton needs a 140 or a maximum. The ton ain't going to frighten anybody, but a 140 will.
100.
Yeah, the ton again, the first dart was in the treble. He was expecting, you know, you need to put pressure on the young man. You need to make him look at that scoreboard a couple of times and realise that, oh, I'm playing well, but I'm behind.
135. 123.
We saw Jamie Caven take out a 156 earlier on his way to beating Terry Jenkins. That was a real
100.
fantastic match as well.
157.
Can Thornton take out 157 to draw level in this match for the first time since the second leg?
Oh,
and yes, he can. That is the answer.
That is class darts from the Scotsman. What a way to get your throw back. And that's the highest checkout of the weekend so far. And what a time to do it. And I think that was a little bit of a celebration there, which you don't see from Robert very often.
60.
Well, can only follow that up with a 60 on his throw. And is Rowby going to punish him? Just recomposes himself. And again, it seems to do the trick. When he just takes a step back, he'll follow a 60 with another invariably. And there's a 3. His 4th maximum of the match.
Well, he might have to make these stages a little bit bigger the way he keeps walking. He's getting further and further away from the board every big shot.
140.
I'd hate to think what he would do if he does a 9-darter, Mike. There'll be flick-flacks and everything across that stage.
60. 57.
Not a good visit from Robert. Well thrown darts, but none of them finding the big treble, so that opens the door up for Rodriguez.
$42.
Yeah, just a little bit of a scrappy leg now from both players after Rodriguez hit that ton 80.
100.
Well, these 3 darts are going to make the difference, because Rodriguez is possibly going to get 6 darts from 219. Well, he's certainly going to make a hole in it. Is that 114 scored? Yes. Oh, that is brilliant darts from the young man. Rowby-John Rodriguez leads 48. Well, we've seen Thornton take the 157 out in the previous leg.
And to go to within 1 leg of victory, Rowby-John Rodriguez is at a ton 80, a 171 in this leg, and finds himself on a potential 14 darter. Double 16. The crowd think it's in, but it's not.
32.
Do you know what? Robert made a mistake there, and you don't see Robert Thornton make many mistakes. He just threw the last dart to the treble 20, thinking he wouldn't come back, but he's coming back to 6. Will he go 2 double 2? No, he's going straight for it. And if he misses this, he'll rue him just throwing that dart at the 60.
No score.
He wanted 66 with 1 dart in his hand, and he just threw it at the treble 20, and that has cost him that leg.
Well, the drama continues here at the Salzburg Arena.
12 score.
Oh, wow.
You can see Robert Thornton snarling behind him.
Robert, you require 6.
Now, what he's got to do, he's got to attack it with the first dart, because if you're going to split it, do with the first dart, because the way Robert's darts sit up, if it goes low, it covers half of the bed. And he's gone straight at it. He turns down and fist pump to the crowd.
10th leg, it's Rowby-John to throw first.
Yes, I don't think he's happy with some of the antics here tonight, but he does edge ahead.
140.
Rowby-John kicks off with a ton 40. Robert would have the throw in an 11th and deciding leg.
81.
The great last dart keeps him in control. And that looks good to fill it up, Robert. It really does look good. And he certainly does. And now Thornton takes a little walk across the stage.
Yes, I think Robert had to stand back there, otherwise he would have had his toes trodden on by Rowby-John as he just walked back to check the score. He has left himself with the top of the shop finish.
90. Rowby-John, you require 170.
Needs to find a treble. Hasn't done so. Opens the door up for Thornton. Well, we've seen the 157. If he hits the treble 20, got a feeling he might stay on there. No, he hasn't. Oh, not a good visit at all from Thornton.
Rowby-John, you require 114.
So to take us to a deciding leg, he wants double top, the Austrian.
74.
And now Robert then throwing for the match, 115.
Rowby-John, you require 40.
And the crowd are going to try and cheer that dart into double top to take us into the 11th and deciding leg. We are all square, folks.
Please. 11th and final leg. It's Robert to throw first. Game on.
And Thornton, he really needs to come out of the traps flying and get a big score on the board here with his throw in this deciding leg, with Mensur Sulovic, the Austrian World Cup teammate of Rowby-John Rodriguez, waiting in the wings to face the winner in the third round tomorrow.
The best of all, please. Thank you. 6.
Well, a little bit of tightness at the moment. Robert getting them darts low.
58.
That's not good visits from him. A chance for the young man to really steal a lead here.
16.
Looks like the pressure at the moment is getting to both players, and this is where Thornton's got to dig deep, like he has done so many times in that Premier League, beating Phil Taylor.
121.
Well, that's better.
Well, a bit of silence has gone across the crowd.
140.
Well, that's class darts from Robert Thornton. Now, this is a heavy task for this young man. He's on the learning curve, and the way he's conducted himself and played is absolutely exemplary. Got a good talent.
85.
Robert just talking to himself at the back of the stage,
39.
psyching himself up. He's been pushed all the way here, and he won't check out at 139, but he will be back with Rodriguez still on 201, so we'll look to try and...
99.
That was a good last start there. To be back for double top for the match.
Too many visits without a treble from the young man. Played absolutely brilliant in the early part of this match. Took the game to Thornton, but it's now Thornton who has darts to wrap it up, and wrap it up he does. Well, that was a tough one for Robert Thornton, but you've got to take a hat off to the young man. He's got a talent, and he nearly used it all the way, but it is Thornton that takes the win.
I'm sure we'll see plenty more of Rowby-John Rodriguez. So Thornton then will take on another Austrian tomorrow, Mensur Suljovic. So he'll have to deal with this Salzburg crowd again tomorrow, Wilberthorne. Next up on stage, we could be in for another humdinger. Gary Anderson, the number 2 seed, takes on Andy Smith.
Robert, congratulations. That was difficult. That was difficult with this crowd, and he was playing really well.
Yeah, he was playing well. I mean, you had one or two that shouted out when I was thrown, but I've got to try and put that to back in my head. But he's a young boy. He's got a big future.
It won't be easy in the next round. The next Austrian guy is waiting. It's Mensur Suljovic. You played him a couple of times.
Yeah, I played him a couple of times. He's a hard player to play, but I've got my head around it, and I think I'll be able to play okay tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. Great. Thank you very much. Robert Thornton. Also vielleicht ganz kurz die Übersetzung. Er sagt, das war natürlich nicht leicht vor dieser Kulisse für die Unterstützung für Rowby. Und er hat wirklich klasse gespielt. Und es wird morgen bestimmt nicht leichter und bestimmt nicht leiser werden, denn Robert Thornton spielt gegen Mensur Suljovic. Rowby, ganz kurz, wie war es? Wieder gut begonnen, richtig gut gespielt, auch viele 180er geworfen. Warum hat es am Ende nicht ganz gereicht?
Ich glaube, das ist die Erfahrung. Die Erfahrung hat einfach nicht gereicht, aber ich habe jedes Mal meine Chance genutzt und es ist einfach schwer zu spielen gegen die Top-Spieler. Ich spiele das erste Jahr PDC und was kann man weiteres erwarten, als die PDC zu spielen, und ich bin jetzt weitergekommen. Ich weiß, dass ich noch Jahre habe bis zur Top-Spieler.
Das sagte auch Robert, die zukünftige bei dir. Was für ein Gefühl ist es, vor so einer Kulisse zu spielen? Das ist für dich ja auch nicht der Alltag.
Das ist echt klasse. Ich habe das in England nicht gehabt bei der Weltmeisterschaft, aber ich danke allen, die hier sind, die für mich geschrien haben. Echt, das war ein schönes Spiel. Leider habe ich nicht gewonnen, aber meine Chance habe ich gehabt. Das ist das Wichtigste.
Es war toll, dabei gewesen zu sein. Starker Auftritt von dir. Ich bin mir sicher, wir werden uns in den nächsten Monaten, in den nächsten Jahren immer häufiger sehen. Rowby-John Rodriguez, mit einem tollen Auftritt gegen Robert Thornton.